All right, guys. So, new video, new day. So, as you saw in some previous videos, I actually got a ton of stuff from Autosport Engineering. So, when I mean a ton, I mean a ton of stuff. So, I get billet valve covers for her car, for my car. He sent me a custom plate, so you can check out that one there. That was to go in my car. But he sent me two there for non-VBTI, so decided to hang that one up, and I had one powder coated. Now, everyone's like, Ryan, but the color. Joe, just wait. I'm going to get this one filled in so it has my logo, and I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to get a cover for the front because I don't do exposed cam gears. Get one of the clear covers and paint that then to match also. So it's gonna be a little bit different. I'm gonna try it, see if I like it. If I don't, then I'll switch back, but wanted to try again something different. I'm always up for new ideas. I like the idea of this. I haven't ever had a billet cover before. I like the fact it has my logo, my company name in it. And again, I'm gonna have this filled in, then I'm gonna have my painter Travis handle it. He said powder coat first. He said I can scuff it or do whatever. And he said I'll just fill in the letters. So I'm gonna do the Pure Function logo inside of it. It's just gonna be, either solid red, blue, green, whatever I decide to do for a different color here, just to fill it in the leathers and make that kind of pop. So that's where I'm at with that. And then the billet valve covers here, I got powder coated, thanks to Vagworks down in West Virginia. They are right outside, I guess, of Martinsburg there. Phenomenal work. So I want to show you guys this because I always use Brad, who is fantastic also. He is up in Chambersburg, great dude. But there's just little things, and again, I have nothing even against Brad, because Brad's just a genuinely good dude. But I wanted gloss black, and this is what, Brad defines as gloss black. This is what he said he has, and that's what he using. I always, if you guys know, I do gloss black everything. I don't ever do anything else. So that was his definition of gloss black versus true, like, deep gloss black. And this is dirty right now because I just cleaned all the sand out of it. So that's where all the water spots are. I'm going to wipe it down once it's installed in the car. But you can see gloss black versus true gloss black. Very, very nice piece. This does come with baffles too. This one is welded in. I made sure to clean all the sand out. One thing I want to show you guys too is the ports come off the side, not the very back, the side. They moved them up some, because if you guys know, with my car, the issue I've had is filling my catch can because the ports are right in the back. These are baffled inside, but I think maybe that's part of the problem. I'm not really sure. Some people say it is, some people say it's my issue, because I've had people like, hey dude, I drag Earth to 1200 horsepower and I use those covers and have no blow by. So it might just be my engine's loose, which is why I'm getting it rebuilt, as you saw in the previous video. So I will have the valve covers up for sale. I'll have the lines, and I'll have the catch can. So I can sell it all as one package deal, or however you guys want to do it. As you can see, the fittings are a little discolored from heat, which that's just going to happen, especially for where they're at in the hot side. So let me know, guys. Shoot me a DM, either on Facebook or Instagram. Prefer Instagram because I very, very, very rarely check my business page for Pure Function. So Instagram, or shoot me an email, which is down in the description below. I check my emails daily. So yeah, just let me know. What we're doing right now is taking everything out. I got the coil packs off here. I've got this side out. I just have to rob the seal out of that one. Now, usually I just buy a new seal, but these only been on the car now for 500 miles, so they're pretty much new. So I'm like, okay, I'm all right with, for once, reusing a seal. That's usually a big no-no for me, but in this case, I am going to rob the seal off this one. Now, for my car, that's going to get new seals. Those valve covers have legitimately not been off that car since I installed and put the engine in 2016. I haven't seen the cams, anything. I'm excited to see what that looks like when I get the valve covers off, to see if there's any damage, wear, tear, or anything of that nature, and then send it over to Head Games and have Dave kind of inspect it, be like, yeah, dude, like, you had this thing set up wrong, or this was right, this was wrong, so on and so forth. So now the baffles are in, which are very basic. Just a plate, as you can see here. I thought about maybe putting silicone around here. I don't know how much it needs to breathe, so I'm just, I might kind of just keep the sides open here. I just don't want it to be too much. I might silicone around this area here, just because that's exactly where the fitting comes in at, and I want to make sure it's not sloshing right up to it. But yeah, baffles are in. Now, I need to put in the fittings. Now, he does send you with this some fittings that fall down below. Yeah, I meant to do that. 100%. So he sends some regular fittings that go into the side here, which I need to grab. So they go into the side here, but for this car, I'm going to use something a little bit different. So I'm going to use one of these orb fittings by Radium Engineering. This actually screws in. It's a 10 AN orb into a 10 AN male fitting. Screws in the side. I'm trying to keep this as tight as possible, and then I'm going to use a 90-degree fitting off of it like so. So all I'm going to do is screw it in. It has a little hex head on the back that allows you to install this really easily. Yeah, I mean, it's very simple. This is like 25 bucks too. I thought this was really cheap, honestly, for the style fitting. Something that's one-off, made in the USA. I thought this was pretty cool because they're the only one that makes this. So going to install that on this side, and then I'm going to use a Fregola on this side with a 45-degree fitting off of it. So I'll just show you what it looks like installed.
All right, guys, and this is with the coil covers on. So you can see they are bolted up now, nice and glossy. And again, they fit in the factory locations. These bolt holes on the top two do fit a factory cover. So they're on the same location. Now, I did talk to Tony Autosport to make a few little changes so you guys can run the factory cover. So for me, you'd have to make a slight bit of trimming, but nothing crazy. But machining this part out here and then moving this back just a smidge. Again, they are aftermarket covers, so not going to be 100% perfect, but it's going to fit the covers relatively well. It's also really designed to run his cover. So like I have up on the wall here, this cover here is what it's designed for. This is the non-VVTi version, but he has a VVTi one too. It's designed to run these billet covers, which are really trick. I actually have my black one here that I'm going to run on my car. You can see the wipes here, and then the plastic one that's off my engine, which is going to be off for a while, obviously, because I'm yanking the engine out. But yeah, this is what they're really designed for. Plus, these look really cool. But I'm doing a couple things. Not only am I test fitting these, you see I got the coil packs just kind of hanging over here because I have the Yaris or the 1ZZ coil packs. What I'm test fitting right now is the R35 coil pack holder from Autosport Engineering. So this will actually hold in the Hitachi R35 coil packs, which if you guys know, they are pretty much the end all be all unless you go IGN 1A. So here's what they look like out of the box. This is what an R35 coil pack is. These are real Hitachis too, made in Japan. You can see the box there. They don't use Denso Bosch, they use this brand called Hitachi. So that's what they use. So the stocks on these are detachable. So this actually can be removed. You use this little plastic piece, you slide it up in, and then he supplies you with the little blue boots. I think it's in here. The factory blue boots that you would use on GT coil packs, and it slips down over the actual spark plug. Very simple setup. They all point back, and then you plug them in. Now, I'm just test fitting them because I'm going to be putting the Denso 1ZZ coil packs back onto this car, but I'm just test fitting it because I am going to be running the R35 coils on my car. But I just wanted to show you guys that nice little bracket setup. He has this on his website too. If you guys just go ahead and click down below, you can find that also. The other cool thing with this is, unlike the OCD Works, this has a real oil cap. So if you've ever had the OCD Works, they're great valve covers, but it uses a press-in fitting. This uses a little O-ring. You can see some of the overspray there from the powder coating we did, or I had done. Again, not a big deal, but I just want to show you guys it's actually threaded and then threads down in. So it goes like that. Give it there, snug it up, and it has an O-ring to keep from everything coming out. Very simple, basic setup, but it's actually spin on, spin off. Unlike that, which you literally had to pull in and out, which I can actually come over and show you. It literally, you see here, you pull up on it, see that? But I can spin it forever, it doesn't do anything. It's literally just a press-in style. I think F1 cars use that style, so it's not a big deal, but yeah. That's how the OCD Works ones. I've had those since late 2013, early 2014. I've had those covers. These were when they first came out. I think these were some of his prototypes. They fit and never had a problem with them. The only thing I did do was weld in the fittings in the back. I didn't like having the orb fittings. They just seemed to be loose all the time. I just don't think he had enough meat there, so I actually had the fittings cut and welded on. But besides that, they've been great, and I actually just sold this setup. So it's going to a gentleman in actually California. That's it. Same with the catch can lines and stuff, because I'm going to be doing new catch can and stuff. But I wanted to kind of show you the fittings. Now again, coil pack wiring is a little bit in the way, but I want to show you. So what I decided to do is you could run a straight fitting over, and I could probably just run heat wrap and come up over in the catch can. It would have enough space. Wouldn't really worry about it, but I decided to use like a 45, come off this way, so it'll bend over with the line over there, come this way, and come up over into the catch can. And then over here, let me move the coil packs out of the way real quick. So if you guys can see, use this radium fitting, comes off the back, takes it to this 90-degree fitting, and then shoots it straight over. Kind of like this setup, very simple, clean, and it works. Again, yeah. This will be a lot nicer, should work better too. The baffling in this is pretty well done. I did want to show for the VVTi covers too, he does machine it like factory here, so it's not just a big chunk. So this would actually fit the piece that comes down the side. So you can see here in the VVTi cover, it has this. I was measuring to have him machine back a little bit further on these covers, just get a little bit more room. Again, just like my OCD Works, you have to trim some, just trying to get away from as much trimming as possible. So should make it fit just a little bit better. So that pretty much sums that up. Another thing I want to touch on here, guys, for the project coming up, because again, we are going to be eliminating the fuse box on my car. Again, quote unquote eliminating. It doesn't really go away per se, just the fact the box goes away, it doesn't go inside the car, and we're going to use the Nexus along with a little other like relay fuse box to set everything up. My buddy Tony over at Stan Steiger Media was kind enough to get me this kit. It's a pretty nice little kit, as you can see here, guys.
These are the Deutsch connectors it comes with, tells you how many. The pieces that come in, comes with solid contact pins too, unlike the Molex style, which are open barrel. It comes with the removal tools. You actually stick this behind the wire. It helps remove the pin itself. Let's see here. Here's one of them. If you've never used one of these, they're pretty awesome. As long as you have the room, whoop, right here. As long as you have the room, this is one of those things where you have to, like I said, have the room to do so to get back into it. Sometimes this isn't a feasible option, but when it is super nice to have because it makes depinning very, very easy. It also comes with a removal tool, which this is an actual removal tool you'll use for some of the pins and stuff. That's an actual metal tool, unlike the plastic one. That's more realistic, but the plastic ones are convenient when you have the space, which doing automotive, not very often. The one thing I like about this kit too, not only comes the pins, but it also comes with the seals. Let's see here. So you guys know, a lot of the times you don't have or use every single pin in a connector. So it has the actual plugs that go inside of it that you can pin that off with or close it up. So it makes it kind of nice. So there's nothing dirt, grime getting into your connectors. Yeah, just, it's a true setup. I really, really like these kits. You can get these on Amazon or whatever. Now here's the one thing someone's gonna say, Ryan, these aren't real Deutsch connectors. Correct. They are Deutsch connectors, but they're not branded Deutsch connectors. So just be like an off brand. Some people are okay with it, some people aren't. I have real Deutsch connectors here. So if I go in my little box here, this is all real stuff from ProWire. These are real Deutsch connectors and pins and stuff in here. Here's some of my other GR Ready stuff that is also not real. These are the DT big boys. This go down to 10 gauge wire. I use it for fuel pumps. Never had an issue. Look the same, feel the same. The plastic is supposedly the same. Again, it's one of those things, it's like getting certain medicines, right? After a certain time limit, it runs out. You can, another company can literally use your product. So yeah, it's literally identical to the T, and it's nice to have. I actually like these 3 wires too. Instead of being side by side, I like this like almost diamond shape or triangle. I like this setup too. Never seen them like that. It's pretty cool. But again, as you can see, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, and 12. And you can see you get 2 of the 12 and the 8s. And then when you get down to the 6, you get 6 of those. 4, you get 9 of. 3, you get 9 of. And the 2 is what's when I use the most. You get 12 of those. So really, really nice. And 168 contact pins. So plenty of those. And then 20 of the plugs. So pretty awesome. And again, guys, to wrap up this video, check it out down below for Autosports Engineering parts here. I'll have the links for you. Again, 1ZZ. We also have the R35, the billet valve covers, and a couple other parts down there. Check it out, guys. Thank you very much for showing up today, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.